Thanks for stopping by. I'm Elliot. This is Everything Elliot, and if you've seen any of my videos, you know this right here is my Kubota L4701. And that being said, if you have seen any of my videos, you know that this tractor is a big part of my channel. Well, another fact of life is it gets dark at night, and in order to use the tractor at night, you need lights. Well, Auxbeam, which is a off-road light company, off-road light manufacturing company, they saw some of my videos and they said, hey, that tractor doesn't have nearly enough lights on it. The people that want to watch your channel can't see what you're doing. We want to fix that. They were kind enough to send me some lights, and we're gonna see if we can get those lights onto this tractor and working. I'm not saying we're gonna get it all done today because I don't know what I need, but we're at least going to get it started today. On my workbench over here, I have some lights. We're gonna go through them, see what they sent, and giddy up. So we're on the workbench. We've got two smaller boxes and what appears to be two bigger boxes. So this is a light bar, 5D Pro Series, maybe 14 inch. I don't know how big it is in the box, we'll find out. Wiring kit, mounting instructions, and the light itself. This appears to be either a 12 or 14 inch. I guess we'll try to keep everything together. Another light bar. I assume these two are probably the same. All right, they are the same. They have the same part number. I know you probably can't see it, but ZD000678, both the same part number. This one appears to be maybe a 24 inch. That would be my guess, a 24 inch light bar. So one 12 inch light bar, two 24 inch light bars, and let's see what we got over here. Oh, it's a controller. All right. So, 3 light bars, 1 controller. Wow, this is pretty serious. I might have to read some instructions on this one. All the light bars I've ever put in, you just kind of wire into something that's already existing, but it looks like this is going to be a little more intense, which I'm okay with. This will be pretty cool to put somewhere, and then you'll be able to select which lights you want on. Switch assembly. Comes with its own like fuse panel, its own breaker, battery cables. Please use this cover in rain and snow, car wash, or surfing at the beach. I don't know if I'll be doing any surfing, but a bunch of zip ties, some mounting hardware. All right, let's just get everything out of the box and get all the boxes out of the way. Wow. Wow. This is gonna be serious business. I felt like Tim the Toolman Taylor there. Did I sound like him when I did my little giggle? I think his was a little more deep, like, oh, 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 oh. I guess I'm just not as manly as Tim the Toolman Taylor. Yeah, so these are both the same. And this is even the same, it's just a smaller version. All right, 3 lights. My thoughts are, this one will go on the grill guard, which I do have a $20 Amazon one on there now. So this will replace that. And then I think these two I'm gonna put on the ROPS. One facing forward, one facing backwards. I think it's gonna look like daylight. when we're driving around. Everything is unboxed. I gotta read some instructions because, I mean, I can mount lights, but wiring all of this stuff over here up, I don't know. So, instructions, then we'll get to work on what we need to do. And as far as mounting these to the ROPS, I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. I haven't quite gotten that far, but we'll get there, we'll do it together, and we'll figure it out. All right, so didn't do much reading on wiring because I want to take it one step at a time. I found the fuse panel that is on this tractor. It is what would be driver's side by your feet. Hold that cover off because we'll need to get to that in a minute. But I wanted to see where I was going to mount the panel, I guess you could say, and I'm thinking right here would be a good spot for it. And I pulled this dash off. You can see I got the dash off. There's one bolt up top, one bolt in the center, and then one bolt over here on the left-hand side. This will pull back. I wanted to pull that out because I wanted to just confirm there was nothing behind here I was going to hit when I throw a drill bit through it. Now, I think right there is going to be a nice spot for it. Keep it right by the other light controls. I don't know, keep it out of the way, I guess. I suppose we'll get this thing mounted. At least this portion of it. Once that switch is mounted, then we can start getting everything else going. I don't know how I'm gonna get the wires done yet. I haven't, again, gotten that far, but the hood is up, one thing at a time, and I've decided to start with the switch. All right, so the switch is installed. It's literally just physically installed. It's not wired or anything. I do have the wire running right behind here because I don't know how to wire it. I'm taking this one step at a time. This was step one. The step of the switch install is done. Still got the hood, or the bonnet, as some of you might like to call it, up. And we need to get a fuse box installed. I think that might be step number 2, is install that fuse box. I don't know where I'm going to put it up here yet. This is pretty tight quarters, but I got an idea, and I might run with it. So we'll bring the camera up front up here and see if we can't get the fuse box installed. If you're wondering, this is the fuse box I was talking about. It's not really a fuse box. I mean, I guess it is. There's fuses in there. They call it the switch assembly. We're gonna put it under the hood. Not a lot of room in this tractor to mount aftermarket activities. Ah, boy. I mean, I don't think I have much choice about it. I think it's gonna have to go there. Mount like that. Probably could flush mount it like this. I wonder if that would work. Mount it like that. I mean, it's not going to be pretty. And I could mount it like this. It'd be a little prettier. All right, I'm going to turn the camera off and try to figure a spot to mount this, because right now I don't know what I'm going to do yet, and I'm wasting SD card space. So once I can figure out where I'm going to mount this, we'll be back. All right, so I got the mounting plate bracket thing mounted. Originally I was trying to use this one, which mounts it at an angle, but then I remembered it came with a flat plate as well, so that mounted on there nicely. And then this will sit right here-ish. Something like that. And then the battery feeds into here. Everything pretty much feeds into here. This is like the main switch panel. So I gotta get this mounted up, and then we can start throwing some wires together. See how that goes. I haven't mounted any of the lights yet, so don't feel like you missed anything. I just want to get the main parts done. That way, mounting the lights is easy. I mean, that's just putting them on and running some wires with some zip ties. So I'm gonna get the main components on first, and then we'll start with some lights. So once we get this switch box on, we can start getting to work on doing some other stuff, hanging some lights and whatnot. All right, so let me give you guys an idea of where I'm at. The block is in, fuse block, switch panel, whatever they call it. This is also in. This is a electrical breaker. So basically the power comes from the battery, goes to one side of this, and then the other side goes to this fuse panel. This is the negative, that's got to go to the battery, and then I've ran the sense wire and the control wire up to the front of the tractor up here. I shouldn't say the front, this is the front, that is not the front, that is the set. That is the middle section, the operator station, if you will. This red sense wire, that simply goes into your fuse panel. It's super simple. You take out a fuse and you pop that, add a fuse in, and run this wire to it. And then this wire right here, that just comes from the controller. So we are now at the point where magic needs to start happening. And we need to start putting lights on. Obviously, I don't have the ground hooked up. I don't have the battery side hooked up to this either. Obviously, you can see there's no battery on, no wire on this. But we can start thinking about making lights happen. I wonder how much this is going to affect my view from over the top. I mean, probably not much. Let me go out, sit on the seat and find out. I mean, it affects it a little, but nothing that I'm concerned about. All right, I'm gonna get this mounted up, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the ROPS yet. I haven't gotten that far yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the ROPS yet. I don't think it's good to drill into them, so yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna mount it yet. I'm gonna figure that out though. That's all I got for today. Go inside and have some dinner, and we'll continue this project another day. All right, good news and bad news. Good news is I figured out how I'm going to hang these bigger lights on the ROPS. Bad news is the shop fairies didn't do it for me, so I have to do it myself, so I might as well show you guys what my plan is here. Now, I picked up these two, not U-bolts, but squared off U-bolts. I don't know if they, square U-bolt, that's exactly what they're called. And essentially, Theodore, excuse me, essentially you have to imagine that the ROPS is up here, right? So what's going to happen is this piece comes stock with the light, that hooks into the side there, and then I'm gonna put that bolt in there, one facing rear, and then the other one is gonna go over here on the front, facing forward. I am going to have to drill these holes out a little bit because this doesn't fit in here, but we'll be all right. Quick drill it out and we'll be in business. Okay, let's go see if we can get these hung. Am I gonna shake my tractor enough that the tripod will fall? Probably. This is not a good spot for it. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. I'm gonna get some heat shrink, put some heat shrink on this so it's not metal on metal and won't wear it down. This is what I mean by heat shrink on there. Obviously you can tell if it'll focus. Yeah, I don't have it heat shrunk yet, but I'm gonna go do that and then we'll be able to put it up top. All right, heat shrink is done, so if the camera will focus, you can see. Now it won't be metal on metal. It'll go up there like that. That'll go up there like that. These are still loose enough that I can move them around. Because I don't know how wide the light is. I haven't gotten that far yet. All right, so the next step is to get the mounting arms on. I think that's what you'd call them. So I got some new hardware as well. A couple locking nuts, some washers. Essentially, I'm gonna put a washer to hold it, then this piece, then a washer to sandwich it. Lock washer. Probably way overkill, but I figured there's gonna be a lot of vibrations, so I don't want these vibrating loose. All right, I'm gonna get the other ones on, and then we'll try to fit a light up in here. Theodore, you have absolutely zero ability to help me in this situation, so go be elsewhere. All right, so all 4 of the mounting arms are loosely installed. Now we can grab a light and try to get a light up in here and see if this is gonna work or not. I reckon that's gonna work. I probably should have put the front one on now that this one's in my way, but yeah, I reckon that's gonna work really well. Yeah. Oh boy, that's really nice. All right, let's get the front one on, see what that looks like. And that should square itself away then. Theodore, you're gonna knock my stuff over. All right, the wires are fed through. Let's get this evened up, and we can tighten down the lights now. Did I bring that Allen up with me? No, I didn't, of course not. And I dropped my Allen. Okay, so the lights are secure onto their little legs, these 90-degree legs. And now we need to go about tightening up the actual U-bolts. All right, that should be plenty tight. How did grease get up on my ROPS? Okay, everything is tight and there is absolutely no movement. I mean, well, this isn't tight, the angle isn't tight yet, but I'd still have to adjust that, so that's fine. But as far as the structure goes, there is no movement in these lights. And I watched a couple videos on how other people were doing this when they built theirs. And they were doing the same idea with the U-bolts, except they were running a piece of angle iron in between them. And I don't find that necessary due to the fact that the light will actually provide the structure to keep them square. So that's plenty. And got my wires hanging down there, so all I've left now is to wire everything. The kit came with a harness, with a relay and everything, because you can hook this direct up to a battery source, which is what these two are for. But since we're not doing that, we don't necessarily need that. We have the switch box, I believe they call it. So we'll be able to cut this switch off. We don't need these battery terminal ends. We don't need this relay, I don't think. And yeah, I said we don't need the switch. This is the important part, this plug. I've done some mad scientist work up here. I just crudely have this front light hooked in right here to this 5 amp 5 amp panel. Basically, I just took the end that's got the connection on it and just snipped it off the entire harness. So you can see right here where I snipped it off before the relay and everything like that. Don't need the fuse block since the fuses are included. So let's try it. Switch should turn on. All right, not that one. Not that one. Oh boy, I hope this works. Oh. All right, well apparently it's the last one. I guess that works. Fuel pump's click-clacking away. All right, well, proof of concept works. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the key off. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this one up, get this wired to an appropriate length and get it ran properly, get that one hooked up, and then I am going to have to extend the other wires because they are not long enough to reach from the back all the way under the tractor, up, and to the front here. It's all right, I've got some automotive primary wire I'll use, and I think it'll go well. All right, well, I just finished wiring everything up. Took my seat off because it was easier, but you can see it runs right down there, underneath, runs right there, out to the front here, following the factory wire harness down underneath the metal, pops out right here, runs all the way down the factory harness, right there, up underneath, and I've got it all wired in there. So the top can go on. Hopefully the top fits. All right, I believe that's on. All right, so we know this one is the front. I skipped the 5 next to it, so I know that'll probably be that one. So one of these. All right. So that one there is the front light bar. So the next one, we'll turn that off, is the back. All right, everything works. I gotta see what the weather looks like outside because I think it was supposed to be raining, but I'm gonna put the side guard back on here, and then that way we can try to take it outside and see what happens. All right, let's see. Well, it certainly is dark out there, so I guess we'll pull her out and see what she can do. That's why I didn't mount it over top right here. I don't have that much clearance. Go out behind the shop because I don't want to wake the whole neighborhood up. Uh-oh, we lost power on the front one. Something happened when I pulled out. I don't know, we lost power on the front one, but the ones on the ROPS are still working. I don't even know where I want to set you guys to give you an idea of what this really looks like. Is you way out here maybe? All right, well, I know you know my tractor's out here because you can probably see the little green light, so give you a little illumination here. What that looks like. Yeah, insane bright. The front one actually looks pretty good. The front one honestly looks pretty in line. I don't know, what's it look like on camera? Is it still pretty dark? I don't know, it's pretty, you can kind of tell what's going on. I'll get you a little closer. Let's aim the front one a little bit. It's probably honestly where I want it. Pop the fuse up front, so I need to put a 10 amp. Give you an idea of the back here. So the back probably needs to be aimed up a little bit. Oh, that's super bright. Because you gotta remember, I still have my back pods from the actual Kubota lights. See the difference there? The rear pods. Honestly though, why am I going to be looking that far back? Probably be something like that. I don't think I'll be looking that far behind me, I don't know. be like there. And then with the pods, put those down a little. Yeah, oh yeah. That's the business. Man, oh man. Oh yeah, we're back in business. All right, so everything off. This is just the front light bar, which I know with my pallet forks in the way, probably don't help, but we'll probably put that about there. And then what we can do is we pop the overheads on, and this thing is the full package. Wow. Give you a little walk around. I'm gonna go turn my shop lights off so you can get a real idea of how bright it is out here. Theodore, what are you doing? Always getting into something. Yeah. Man, and you can just tell how dark it is out here, so. Yeah, I'm super happy with that. So my plan is to eventually hook the Kubota pods up to another one of the buttons. It's just 1 a.m. right now, so I'm pretty much done with this one today. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we get to test this out soon. We got a little bit of snow on the ground now, but I don't think it's going to be anything that I'll be snow plowing at night. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a great day.